Hey there, it's Bobby Legs and welcome to another episode of Bobby Legs Loves Watches. And today, you and I will be taking a look at the Aquadive Poseidon GMT. Now, if this watch looks familiar to you, well, it should. It looks a whole lot like a Doxa. And so without getting too crazy into the history and the controversy, I have an article linked in the description below in Fratello Watches describing, well, the relationship between Synchron, modern Synchron, and Doxa today. But just to give you an overview, Synchron used to be the parent company of Doxa. Synchron went away, and then recently it's been revitalized. And so they put out a military dive watch, the military diver that it harkens back to the Doxa Army watch. And so also the new iteration of Synchron revitalized the Aquadive line. And so we have this beautiful example here, the Poseidon GMT. Now, this was a limited run. There's no new Poseidon GMTs available. They were originally priced at $1,890, and then pre-order you could get it for $1,490. You can find these watches in the pre-owned market for around $1,100 and $1,200, and I think it's a really, really good deal. And so before I get into that, let's get into some of the specs here. I measured a 43.8 case diameter, 50 millimeter lug to lug, 14 millimeter case thickness with a flat sapphire crystal, 22 millimeter lug width, 316L stainless steel case, nicely shaped. You have this really thick bezel here with this great action here. This coin edge is really nicely grooved coin edge. Ceramic insert here with fully loomed markers, and the loom on this is fantastic. It's also loomed on the hour indices and the hands, and I will include some video of the loom. It really brightens up the room. I'm very impressed with the loom. Let's talk about the strap. This is an isofrane strap, a yellow strap. Isofrane is also owned by Synchron. So in this package, you get the yellow and the black strap, which is nice. The yellow strap has this nice vanilla smell. My kids they say, are you wearing they think it smells like Ovaltine for some reason. Two things. Why are my 4-year-old and 2-year-old drinking Ovaltine? Didn't that go out in the 70s? And number two, Ovaltine does not smell like vanilla. So they might be spiking their drink after I give it to them in the morning. Who knows what they're doing? But it is an isofrane strap, very high quality strap, solid strap, very professional. 120 click bezel here. Now, the one thing I would say, the one complaint, or pretty much the only complaint I have on this watch, is more of a quality control issue. Slightly off the bezel here, as you can see, very slightly. For some people, that could be an issue. For me, it's not, but it is the one thing probably that most bothers me about this watch. Although it's not a deal breaker by any means. A slightly misaligned bezel does not drive me nuts. I can understand though how it might be a downer for somebody. I totally get that. Now this is a 1,000 meter water resistant watch, screw down case back, original Aquadive design, 1970 says on there, with the Poseidon, trident, and fish. Very solid piece here. Like, you are getting a solid dive watch. For sure, that could handle the elements. On the ISO frame, it's 144 grams. But I would say that although if the head is heavy, it sits very flat on my wrist, so it distributes the weight evenly. And I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist, and I'll give a wrist shot soon. The crown here is nicely knurled, no crown guards, 6.8 millimeter crown. You get a nice pop right there. And then the first movement is obviously to wind it. It's very smooth, very smooth. Second position will change the GMT hand, which is an independent GMT hand you see here. And you can see in that inner track that's where you would track the GMT of the 24-2-4. And then the other position will change the date. I'm sorry, the other way you wind it will change the date. Final position hacks, and then you can change the time. And very smooth action with the crown. Very pleasing to work with. Like I said, 1,000 meters water resistance, which is amazing. No helium escape valve as far as I can tell. So, and then you have a nicely signed crown there as well with the Aquadive symbol. Let's get a nice little close up on that dial, especially that Poseidon emblem at the 9 o'clock position. Pretty cool with the trident and the fish there. It's awesome. And right under the 12 o'clock position, you have Aquadive, and on top of the 6, you have 1,000 meters, 3,300 feet, automatic. This is powered by the ETA 2893-2, which is a 21 joule movement, 28,800 beats per hour, 38-hour power reserve. Let's throw this on wrist. And I find this watch very comfortable. Again, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. This watch is great on the ISO frame straps. I also enjoy putting it on a NATO, which was a lot of fun. And as you can see, fits pretty good. I always feel like the watches look bigger on camera on my wrist than they really are. Maybe it's because of the position that I'm in, it looks that way, but there's no overhang at all. Like I said, I have 6 3/4 inch wrist, 50 millimeter lug to lug, sits very flat on my wrist. And because of that flat underside, it really feels like the weight is distributed. So I don't really feel all the 144 grams. It doesn't really feel heavy at all. Now, like I said, the only beef I have about the watch was a quality control issue. Having it, the bezel being slightly misaligned. Other than that, I find it a very fun watch. It was a fun watch to have during the summer. I feel like it was a great, nice little summer watch. Look, I mean, I love Doxa, right? And I think a lot of us do. And this watch has really kind of scratched that itch, that Doxa itch that I have. Now, I get it, like the Doxa purist is gonna be like, no, I want a Doxa. And maybe one day I'll have a Doxa too. But this watch is just a super fun watch. Very tough, extremely accurate. I actually did a measurement using the Tool Watch app, and it came back at minus 0.9 seconds. And that was over a 24-hour period. Look, the app doesn't measure amplitude and all that and beat rate and whatnot. But at minus 0.9, it's probably very healthy still, this movement. So no complaints there. Love the loom, love the shape. The only thing that's going to be odd for some people is that even though you have a 43 millimeter case diameter and a nice hefty bezel, the dial on this will look smaller. So it's going to, in ways, it's going to look smaller than it is because the dial diameter is much smaller than you would probably normally be used to with a watch of this size. So it's going to play a little bit of tricks on you. If you have a smaller wrist, that might be a good thing. But anyway, I mean, if you love Doxa, you're pretty much going to like this watch, I think, if you can get over the fact that it's technically not a Doxa. Great watch. I would buy it with my money for sure. I have. And I really enjoy this watch a lot. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this watch. Please put a comment below. And I'll see you soon. Take care. If my channel is new to you and you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and click that bell icon to get updates when I upload new videos. I love making these videos and I hope you like them too. And also, if you want to support the channel, please buy me a cup of coffee. The link is in the description. Take care and I'll see you in the next video.